right? And so how from like, we're going to probably start seeing cases pop up at some point of, a misuse, and you got like shadow AI, and then like you're putting stuff in a GPT, and then you move companies, and then somebody else, starts using, like, there's going to be all these things that start to pop up. Um, and I think having a governance policy is super important. But I mean, is there any kind of other risk protection that you can do if some of these things happen?
Right. It's a great question. I mean, the I just got this question actually when I was speaking to a group of agency owners 2 weeks ago. It's funny that you asked it exactly the same way
Oh,
that a person at the meeting asked it. And there aren't any products yet that specifically address, at least to my knowledge, liability or responsibility around something going sideways, out of using generative AI or out of breaching confidentiality or data privacy. So we're left with looking at our normal insurance stacks, right? Our general liability, our errors and omissions. Cyber, I think, is probably the closest product to have the potential to evolve into maybe covering specific AI situations. But there are no AI oops products out there yet. And so you really just have to look at your insurance stack as a business. Probably be looking at, I mean, measuring the degree to which you're going to be assuming the risk of using some of these tools and adjusting your coverage accordingly so that maybe you're carrying a little bit more than you might have been a couple of years ago, with particular attention probably to your umbrella and your cyber insurance policies around this specific issue.
gotcha. One of the things, as you talk about, right, 18 months ago, where were we?
Mhm.
There was a number of podcasts that came out, and Google is starting to put watermarks on anything that you're using to generate, let's say, images, for example. So you're generating a nano banana or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
And they're putting a little Gemini uh, watermark on it, and then it gets tagged automatically when you publish that this was generated with Gemini, which I think is a great marketing strategy as well. I think putting the from iPhone is how it
Mhm.
kind of went viral as well. And they did a podcast. They have a webmasters podcast, and this was a couple years ago around images,
Mhm.
and it was saying from a search engine standpoint, right? So there's the legal side of things, and then there's the search side of things, that AI generated images are okay, right? Because I felt like they waved the white flag a couple of years ago when people started generating content, because it was
Mhm.
like, is it human generated? Is it useful? They said useful content. If it's AI generated, it's not um, bad. Or now the term is AI slop, I guess, is what people are
Right.
saying in the industry. But if it's useful and helpful, and it's generated, the search engines are going to index it. And then from an image standpoint, it is a unique image if it's not utilizing stock. So there was the issue of utilizing licensing on images, and now you can kind of move into AI generated image, and then there's not clarity exactly. But from a search standpoint, it's unique content, and that's how it's being treated. And so it's being viewed favorably by the search engines. And I don't know, I really haven't dug into it too much on the AI systems from a image indexing standpoint of how it's presenting those. But I would love to kind of move more back towards the traditional things that we can maybe cover, kind of social media law, ad law, as well as maybe copyright law, which I think AI is kind of the direct, like, I think 75% of all content is going to be generated in AI, if not higher, very soon. And
Mhm.
that's going to be a degradation on the models.